लेआउट करेंगे, हाँ, और इसी में से विल ट्राई टू फिगर आउट बीम लेआउट, और इसी में से फिगर आउट करेंगे व्हाट इज द बीम डेप्थ्स, ओके, द बीम स्पैन टू द डेप्थ रेशियो क्या आना चाहिए वगैरह वगैरह, बीम डेप्थ क्या आना चाहिए, व्हाट आर द थंब रूल्स एंड स्टफ लाइक दैट, ठीक है. थंब रूल्स इज व्हाट वी विल डन. Anybody? So I'm just starting with a very simple layout of a house, ठीक है. Just imagine that it is on the ground floor, okay. ग्राउंड फ्लोर में आपका ये बंगला है और बंगलों में आपको इसका कॉलम लेआउट बनाना है, ठीक है. डोंट थिंक अबाउट एनी अदर डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ पैरामीटर्स दैट देयर आर और व्हाटएवर, ठीक है. तो ये वेरी सिंपल सा एक प्लान है. आई वांट सम ऑफ यू गाइस टू एक्चुअली टेल मी, यहाँ पर लेट मी जस्ट मेक I want some of you guys to actually tell me कि इसका ये कैसे बनाना है, okay? So I'm just making things. All right, who wants to take a crack at it first? कहाँ पे आपको कॉलम बिठाना है? Okay, tell me first what we will do is we will place columns. Okay, पहले आप बताओ मुझे कॉलम कैसे कहाँ कहाँ पे कॉलम्स आएगा. So I'll basically put columns. First thing I am going to do is I'm going to put columns. Okay, tell me who wants to go ahead and tell me where they want to put columns.
I'm assuming since there's a proper kind of symmetry and there's a core kind of forming, you'd go H, G, F, I, J, E because even the spans then kind of line up that way. And
Mm-hmm.
then you'd kind of take one at B as well. And then at the EJ and EI distance, you take from B and place more columns. And then ED.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what kind of material or depths are we using, so I'm just going off like a basic kind of symmetry rather than loads.
Yeah, just assume this is a RCC sort of building. Even if it's an RCC building है, ऐसा assume करो, with slabs also RCC. It's a full concrete construction. तो कहाँ कहाँ पे आएगा? You just tell me, like. You just tell me and I'm going to just in case if you say that there's going to be a column, I'm going to just basically draw one here like that. That's what I'm going to do. So you tell me where you want me to draw.
So does it see by
Can
floor
we start
span
with
side?
बोलो बोलो जोर से बोलो.
can it be
No,
like
sorry.
yeah, sorry.
हाँ.
No, sorry,
हाँ
I was
पापा.
saying you both, and I think I interrupted you because my mic was just on and I was talking to myself. So, Tanvi, go on.
I was saying it could be H, G, and F. So it's like 4
एक
meters
मिनट
up.
एक मिनट एक मिनट one. H. Then you said G.
Yeah,
Then
and F.
where is F? Acha, F. Okay.
And then we could like follow a grid and put on I as well.
I. Okay.
And then
Mm-hmm.
J
J.
and E.
E. Okay.
And then it could be we go straight down, like we put it just below J. Not on C, but on J.
Acha, you mean to say here?
Yeah, it's a grid.
Acha. Okay.
And D.
D.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I'm not sure about A, B, and I wala part because it's 3 meters. So I know like we can span it a bit more than 3 meters.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure about this, but it could be maybe A and B as well, and there could be a column just below I.
A and B as well,
Yeah,
and I. I
maybe
to already B.
just below I, maybe. I'm not sure.
Just below I. You mean one here? I say. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not sure about this one.
This wala. Just
Yeah.
this wala na?
Yeah.
Okay, ठीक है. Anybody else? Anybody else wants to remove or add or anything? Remove, add or whatever.
If we are following a grid, what if we remove the columns which are at A and B? Then it'll be like a proper grid, and it's just a 3 meter protrusion, so I guess that distance can be considered.
Acha. Okay, so I'm going to just um, what I'm going to do is that I'm maybe like cover it up or something. So that we know that, okay, some people said yes, some people said no. Okay, fine. So you're saying that this actually doesn't, it doesn't need to be there.
No, I guess also the columns which are at the column which is beside A and B, maybe if we remove those two also, it can span 7 meters, right? So even that
Which one? एक minute, एक minute, एक minute.
is at I and the one below it.
Acha, 1 second. Huh? So okay, first of all, you're saying that ये B, ये नहीं चाहिए ना? You're
Yeah,
saying that we don't need. So let's remove A and B first. A and B नहीं चाहिए. What else did you say नहीं चाहिए?
in the second option, if we keep A and B, we can remove the columns which are at A, which are at I and the one below.
Okay. So you mean to say अगर ये वाला दो रखा है,
हाँ.
तो we will remove this one and this one,
Yeah.
right? अच्छा, okay, okay, okay. Anybody else?
What if we remove? I'm not sure about A and B right now, but what if we remove B and I think G and C also, because we can span H, F, I, E, and whatever's between B and B, we can span that directly, and then we can have
H
these.
and F. So you mean to say
Yeah.
H and F to be removed?
No,
Acha.
wait, sorry. Not H and F. Wait, it's eight. If you just take H, F, B, ka that kind of rectangle, it's an 8 by 10 rectangle, right?
Oh yeah, 8 by
So
10 rectangle.
yeah, so we're trying to so then we keep one sec. Sorry, H, F, we keep, B, we keep. The corners we'll keep of that rectangle, and if we're trying to span the shorter distance, we would span HF, we'd span IE, we'd span that lower one.
This one IE, HF, and then this one.
Yeah, we'd
7
span
to
both
B.
distances. And then I'm not sure if AB can be a cantilever or not in the foundation. Are we talking this as the foundation or as like a roof above it?
This is just the column layout. So ground
Okay,
floor
so
layout, you can assume.
so then I think AB could be cantilevered if there's nothing, if it's not like a skyscraper, but otherwise if it is a skyscraper, I think we might have to take AB columns.
Okay,
But
so
I
you mean
think
to say that A and B could be cancelled, provided that D and this one is here, right?
yeah, in the event that it's not like a skyscraper, but like just a roof over it, because that cantilever ho jayega. But I'm not sure if a skyscraper will actually work. But yeah, GJC can go, I think.
G and then J and C, that can go. Because you
Yeah.
mean to say that HF, IE, and this one through D is possible. I mean, you can
Yeah,
span.
because we break it down from 8 by 10 to 8 by 5. We span the shorter distances.
Okay.
10 by 5.
All right. Anybody has any other inputs to give? Any more inputs? No inputs. Okay. So let's discuss about very simple thumb rules, and then maybe then we can, um, sort of like graduate by doing it more complicated. इसका कोई, there is no correct answer for what kind of a column system or a column layout is perfect for any given thing. Yeah. When you are taking a column layout, usually since this is an independent structure, we don't have any other constraints or any other parameter that we need to take care of. But if you are doing something which is a bigger space, and when you come to your next semester, when you will do some kind of institution or commercial complex, you will have to make this column layout. Yeah. And you have to make the column layout very tight, very efficient. Yeah. So the column layout becomes your basic. Rest जो भी you are going to put over it is only going to make sense if your column layouts are made. In fact, when I check the thesis and plans of fifth year in their final semester, I still wonder how they reached this far when their column layouts were not done properly. मतलब कॉलम लेआउट इतना बेसिक है मतलब दैट्स लाइक द स्टेपिंग स्टोन. अगर वही सीधा नहीं किया और उसमें ही गड़बड़ हो गई, वॉट एवर यू आर गोइंग टू डू, इट इज नॉट गोइंग टू फिट. There will be times you will have underground basement, you will have parking in the basement, and you will have various other kinds of things. You will have to accommodate so many things. There is a turning radius that needs to be accommodated. There are so many aspects to it. So this is something that you are going to, for the future that is going to come, you are going to be juggling with the space and things of that kind. Now let me give you very simple basic thumb rules. These thumb rules are not rules. They are not what to say, um, mathematically derived calculative things. Okay, these are certain thumb rules we are using because we don't want to take so much strain doing each and every calculation and then arrive at the column layout. So we are going to use some kind of thumb rules here. First is you, since this is just a very simple bungalow, yeah, we are going to make sure that and the columns, and this is only first, let's say ground floor and above ground floor and top floor. तो ये जो project है, this building is very small. या इसमें कोई और ज़्यादा कोई complications है नहीं. ठीक है. One thing which you need to understand is that you can usually by thumb rule, okay, this is not a law. By thumb rule, you can always put one column. You can put one column at every 5 meters. Okay. Why are you doing this? Putting one column at every 5 meters means that you are equally trying to distribute the weight of the building. Now, it is not necessary that you put columns every 5 meters. You can put it at 8 meters and even 10 meters. What you will end up having is that you will have a very deep beam to support your both the columns. Right? ऐसे column है इतना बड़ा सा, let's say this is your 10 meters. Yeah, this is one column and this is the other column. The beam that will require to support this entire span here will be much more wider, right? So instead of that, you have a column here and then you have some other. This beam is not going to be as deep. Understood? This is not going to be a very deep beam. You don't want very deep beams in your slab. Okay, if you want, then that's okay. But generally, that those deep beams are not preferred, and I'll tell you why. Because you will have different kinds of commercial buildings में होगा deep beams हम इसलिए avoid करते हैं क्योंकि आपका सारा जो services आएगा, you will have pipes, you will have air condition things, you will have HVAC का ducts, and all these things are going to hang from your depth of the slab, the bottom of the slab. Yeah, this is, let's say this is your floor level. This is your floor level and all these things are ये slab है. This is the slab and that's the depth of the beam. Yeah, this is the beam. All these things are hanging from there, right? Agar if you have a beam that is even wider even deeper, then all these things will come from here. The depth, the bottom of the beam. From the bottom of the beam, you will have the HVAC ducts and pipes and fire hydrants and MGL line and ये वो electricity, waste water, सब lines आपके इसमें से pass होंगे और ये सारे के सारे इसके इधर से bottom of the last इधर से आएगा. Now if you want to put like a fall ceiling, तो fall ceiling आएगा इसके भी नीचे, right? So, so what you will have is that this is the whatever occupiable area, and ये occupiable area, in fact, आपका slab इतनी ऊपर है, but the occupiable area इतना ही है. This is the bottom of the slab, and यहाँ पे आपका fall ceiling है. Okay, this much is the area that has gone in servicing the big span. Now, I may be exaggerating here a little bit, but this is what will happen when you have deeper beams. तो इसके लिए क्या करते हैं? You put a column. You generally put a column every 5 meters. Every 5 meter करने से क्या होगा? What is? Do you guys know what is span to depth ratio? Beam depth ratio?
1:10.
1:10. Okay. Anybody else?
1:12.
Okay. ये आपको IDS में बताया था?
हाँ.
हाँ.
Like just it was told कि if you have a 3 meter span, just take the depth as 30 centimeters.
किसने बताया था? Sorry.
Like it was told by our TAs that if you are having difficulty in beam column arrangement, if the span is 3 meters, take the beam depth as 30 centimeters.
Yeah. This is what when I was taking construction, this is what everybody or the faculty usually takes. But I have a challenge in convincing my co-faculties, because I'm not an architect, I'm an engineer. Okay. And when I was doing my calculation, I was told that I use a code, right? There is something called a code, and you will use this in your 6th semester. Indian Standard Code for RCC. Okay, this is Indian Standard Code for RCC. RCC is reinforced cement concrete. This is a sort of like a standard code that you are using throughout the nation. Yeah, इसके लिए Indian Standard Code RCC 456. ओके उसका नया लेटेस्ट वर्जन आया है 2000 आई थिंक 3 वाला या ऐसा कुछ आया है. ये कोड में दिस इज द कोड दैट इज आल्सो इफ यू गो टू अमेरिका देन यू विल गेट ACI. ओके ACI का कोड. नाउ इफ यू कंपेयर इसका कोड एंड ये कोड एंड यू गो एनीवेयर इन द वर्ल्ड एंड यू वांट टू फिगर आउट, अच्छा यहाँ पे हम कंक्रीट डाल रहे हैं, दिस इज द स्पैन, ये स्पैन बोथ कॉलम्स को ज्वाइन करने के लिए जो बीम चाहिए, वो बीम का डेप्थ क्या होना चाहिए, वो बीम का विड्थ क्या होना चाहिए, इट इज ऑल गवर्न्ड बाय दिस कोड, राइट? एंड दिस कोड इज डिराइव्ड scientifically, mathematically and empirically. Empirically is a thing that, like I told you about columns when we were studying about columns, right? Empirically is something that you do lots of experiments, and then you figure out that there is some pattern in these kinds of parameters, and this is the way how these values or variables are working, right? So एक चीज है, ये है empirically. फिर mathematically, yeah, मीन्स पूरा फॉर्मूला लगा के कैलकुलेशन. हैंड राइटिंग इज मिजरेबल बट ठीक है, यू गेट द आइडिया, राइट? सो एंड साइंटिफिकली, मतलब आप लेके गए लैब में, लेके गए टेस्टिंग किया साइंटिफिकली. ओके एम्पेरिकली, मैथमेटिकली एंड साइंटिफिकली. या आप ये कंक्रीट का ब्लॉक लेके गए, यू टेक इट टू द लैब एंड यू पुट एंड क्रश इट under the universal testing machine, and you put this much amount of load. Every minute the load is increasing at this particular rate, and it is developing cracks, and it finally collapses. You take this M20 concrete, then you take M20 का दूसरा same block, same size, and you take another block and you do the same test. You do this repetitive test and you figure out that ये M20 का ये size का block हमेशा ये particular weight पे आता है तो crack होता है. Okay, so then that is called empirical. So you can figure out that M20 basically cannot sustain, let's say 500 tons. Okay, 500 tons of weight on this sort of surface area, it cannot sustain. Yeah, so you do all these kinds of things. You take it to the lab and you test it, blah, blah, blah. That is, so this is how you derive this. What I have been taught in my engineering and what the IS code IS 456 says is that if your depth, if your span, yeah, if your span is L and your beam is a simply supported beam, yeah, यहाँ पे एक column है, ऐसे beam है और यहाँ पे दूसरा column है. Yeah, if your beam is simply supported, then the depth of the beam is going to be L divided by 20. Okay, so if the span is I don't know, let's consider 6,000 mm, 6 meters का है, divided by 20, so depth becomes 300 centimeter mm. Okay, now there is also this ratio. Yeah, the ratio तो depth मिल गया हमको. ये depth of this beam is 300, right? What is the width? This is D and this is W, right? This is D, this is W. What is D? What is W? W is generally taken as the thickness of the brick wall, right? So generally हम लेते हैं W is equal to 230. ये हम क्यों लेते हैं? बिकॉज हम हमेशा से ब्रिक वॉल यूज करते आ रहे हैं कंस्ट्रक्शन में, एंड वी डोंट वांट दिस साइड्स ऑफ द बीम सॉर्ट ऑफ लाइक जटिंग आउट अंडर द और ओवर द वॉल्स, राइट? तो जितना भी हमारा थिकनेस है 9 इंच वॉल का, वो 9 इंच वॉल का थिकनेस हम थिकनेस ऑफ द बीम ले लेते हैं, ठीक है? लेकिन अभी है ना, ब्रिक वॉल्स आर नॉट वेरी कॉमन. Now we have all these Siporex blocks, your aerated concrete blocks, your autoclave blocks, concrete blocks, all these different dry walls आने शुरू हो गए हैं, सब लोग आने शुरू हो गए हैं. तो now this sort of thumb rule is also not something that we can use. तो उसके लिए क्या करते हैं? The depth, जो भी depth है ना, depth divided by 1.5 is equal to the width. ओके, सो अगर 300 है, 300 अगर मैंने लिया तो ये डेप्थ 300 आया ना यहाँ पर, तो अगर मैं यहाँ पे लिखूँ 300 by 1.5, so that gives me 200.
Ajita, could you repeat yourself? Your voice cracked a lot.
Oh yeah?
The
Okay.
width portion.
1 second, let me just move back to my hotspot, maybe that will help. 1 second, huh? Hello, can you all listen to me now?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, okay, fine. Yeah, so what I was saying is that where did you guys lose me? Width तक समझ में आया कि width नहीं समझ में आया?
I didn't understand the width.
I got lost when width was added. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you get lost? Near the depth. The depth तो समझ में आया ना, कैसे explain किया?
Width वाला.
Width. अच्छा. So width के लिए क्या है? Width के लिए width of the beam usually we take, मतलब अभी तक हम हमेशा लेके आते हैं, conventionally we take about 230 mm. Now where does this 230 mm come from? This 230 mm comes from because our walls that we have, the thickness of the wall made out of bricks is usually 9-inch thick walls. Okay, तो ये क्योंकि हम ये यूज करते हैं तो अभी कोई भी we don't want the beam at the top to sort of like jut out, you know, or become lesser or become more than the 230 thickness of the wall. So we basically just blindly take this 230 thickness of the beam, है ना, क्योंकि हमारे वॉल्स ही उतने हैं, तो ये ब्रिक वॉल का थिकनेस जितना आ रहा है, तो ब्रिक वॉल के थिकनेस के अंदर से इतना ब्रिक वॉल थिकनेस. ओके, सो दैट इज द रीजन ऑफ 230. बट 230, बट अभी ब्रिक वॉल हम कितना कम यूज करते हैं. यू इफ यू ड्राइव अराउंड द सिटी यू विल सी ऑल द कंस्ट्रक्शन साइट्स में दैट नोबडी यूजेस bricks anymore. Okay, there could be in the rural areas or they could be using it in other cities, but any latest sort of construction, bricks are not encouraged, right? So we use aerated concrete blocks, you know, all those kinds of things. But whatever it is, and we also use drywall, right? Drywall का भी thickness तो बहुत 75 mm जितना होता है. Yeah. So anyhow, तो इसका थिकनेस के लिए मैं ये बोल रही थी, जो भी डेप्थ है ना, सो दिस इज अ थंब रूल, जो भी डेप्थ है आपने यहाँ पे निकाला डेप्थ 300, सो जो भी डेप्थ है, डेप्थ डिवाइडेड बाय 1.5 हैज टू बी योर रफ विड्थ का विड्थ शुड बी दिस मच, राइट? अगर 300 है, प्रीवियस में हमको 300 मिला है, 300 डिवाइडेड बाय 1.5 गिव्स मी 200. Okay, so this is the width. So for a beam that is spanning 6 meters, the depth is 300 mm and the width is 200 mm. Okay, now if you simply do span by 10, which is स्पैन बाय 10 ही बताया ना किसी ने, तो L by 10 उतना बोला था ना किसी ने. So for a 600 mm 6 meters this you will end up with a 600 mm, yeah, more than half a meter, 600 mm का depth of the beam. ठीक है, समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? बोलो कुछ.
Wasn't span by 10 for concrete and span by 20 for steel?
No, I'm talking about concrete only.
Okay. So now it's not span by 10.
See, this can be very controversial when you tell this to your AD faculty, and Neeraj, if you're there in the AD and construction, you can pitch in here. But the IS 456 basically very much says that you can take span by 20. Okay, all this while I used to make a compromise and say that at least span by 15, span by 18 ले लो. Lekin there is no use for doing that, because see, concrete is not a very what to say, very tangible thing, in the sense that अगर मैंने M20 लिया तो मेरा concrete का strength is 20 Newton per mm square. If I take M40 तो उसका strength उससे double है ना. If I'm using a beam that is made out of M20 and let's say it is 600 mm depth, and if I use the same calculation and I'm pouring M40 and I'm using 600 mm depth, it does not make sense. Do you understand? Yeah, Fleur, does that make sense to you now?
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
So the strength of the
in
concrete.
ID,
in IDS, we all are there, me and Mamta and all of us. So we in last semester they primarily focused on RCC structure. So there we told them to take span by 10 or 12. So that's why they are going
No,
according to
that
that.
is what the general
Correct.
that
Again,
is what the general
we also told them it differs according to the cross section of steel which is in the beam and the strength of the concrete. But that's yeah.
So let me just tell you what a concrete beam is. Okay, now that we have raked up all this issue. Okay, so let's say this is the beam and ये slab होता है, ठीक है? ऐसे slab है. So this is called a T beam. Sorry. Okay, this is called the T beam. This is like, okay, this is a portion. Now the bottom of the beam is where we put the steel, right? This is where we are going to put the steel. That doesn't mean that इसके ऊपर में steel आता नहीं है. Okay, this is the steel का sort of cage, and this is how you bind the steel. Okay, what I just drew here is the stirrup. ओके और ऊपर भी हम स्टील देते हैं क्योंकि क्या है एट द कनेक्शंस देयर इज नेगेटिव बेंडिंग मोमेंट एट द जॉइंट्स राइट तो वहां पे भी हम टेंशन इज ऑल द वे यहाँ पे एट द सेंटर ऑफ द बीम द टेंशन इज इन द बॉटम बट एट द जॉइंट्स वेयर इट इज कनेक्टिंग टू द कॉलम देयर इज नेगेटिव बेंडिंग मोमेंट मतलब द टेंशन ऊपर में आता है तो यहाँ पे हम ये देते हैं व्हाट टू से steel but throughout the beam this entire steel is there it's like a cage okay this is like a ऐसा एक this is like a cage ऐसे it's like a cage that is and you put you put this inside I'm sure you've seen this on the construction site or something ठीक है ये ऐसे ये reinforcement ऐसे उसका केज ये जाली उसमें डालते हैं now if I put more steel then I don't need the same depth right so this depth has to be function of something the function is not merely the span right the function has to be basically of that of the material that is used the quality of the material the cross section and everything else right so अभी तक हमने जो भी आपने roughly आप calculate करते हैं आपकी AD में या आपके ID construction में IDS में जो भी में you are basically only taking the span as the only decisive parameter you are not deciding कि M20 में वापर रहा हूँ M40 में वापर रहा हूँ am I using extra steel what kind of steel am I using ऐसा कोई भी consideration आप ले नहीं रहे हो ठीक है so you merely take that जो भी span है span का 1/10 of the span is my depth of beam which I think is very very primitive and you need to break away from this thumb rule right so either you if it feels very drastic to take span by 20 take span by 18 span by 15 or something like that but for a beam that is only 5 meters you don't need to show a 500 deep beam all right and you can justify you can take a much lesser depth wala beam and say that you are using high quality concrete if you're using high quality concrete why the depth will not go down right Tanvi Ambika Shravan am I making sense
Yeah but I kind of have a different question when we calculate width for a beam does the column get stronger if we increase or decrease the width like what is better wider columns or thinner columns like because I know the aspect ratio says thinner columns but there has to be like a minimum thickness right so is it like a graph like a parabola like it gets stronger as you approach the ideal width and then gets weaker again or
you meant the depth the width and the depth of the beam or the width
no, just the width
dimension?
like if I have constant depth and span and I keep changing the width will it go like a parabola where more like for this one for example more than 200 will be weaker and then gets stronger as it approaches 200 then gets weaker again or will it, or is it
sorry.
like the thicker the better or the thinner the better?
Oh, okay. I understood what you mean to say. So you mean to say this D by W, this D by W का कुछ ये है कि नहीं है, right? So yeah, that's a good question actually. Why should we worry about the aspect ratio if we are giving that the total surface area is this much? So is that okay or no? It is again to do a little bit empirically to do that. The reason is because you need to have minimum. यहाँ पे अगर आपने कुछ तो reinforcement bars दिया तो ये reinforcement bars के भी कुछ thickness आते हैं ना. Now if you say that you are going to give a very slender like a beam like this, where will you stack up your आप अपना reinforcement कहाँ पे stack up करोगे ना. यहाँ पे एटलीस्ट क्या है, you have some space to stack up, you can make like a cage and you can make it outside and these cage can be wrapped up and can be shifted and can be brought in. but अगर ये इतना पतला होगा तो चलेगा क्या, right? And where is this supposed to be ideally going? Agar you have if the calculation tells you that you have to give at least 4 bars of 12 mm dia, and if there is no space to put the 12 mm dia, 4 of them 12 12 12 12, right? So 4 12s are 48. 48 प्लस दोनों के बीच में भी थोड़ा जगह तो देना पड़ेगा. You have to at least make sure इन दोनों के बीच में इतना गैप है. आपका जो कोर सेग्रीगेट होता है वो कोर सेग्रीगेट का एक मिनिमम विड्थ रहता है या 40 mm और समथिंग. तो यू हैव टू मेक श्योर द कंक्रीट इज फ्लोइंग प्रॉपरली. ऐसा नहीं कि इतना छोटा है कि वो केज में से कंक्रीट ही नहीं जा रहा है. यू अंडरस्टूड? So this is sort of like a workability come empirically derived thing that the aspect ratio needs to be 1.5. That's the only core consideration. Otherwise, see, it is better to have all the, so let's say this is the bottom of the beam and you have to place your reinforcement bar. It is good to place all the 4 bars like this. But if you make it really thinner, if you place it like this, it is not going to serve the purpose, right? Because यहाँ पे bottom में tension है सबसे ज़्यादा. ये बीच में इतनी जगह पे टेंशन नहीं है, वहां पे डाल के फायदा नहीं है. इट इज बेटर टू शिफ्ट ऑल ऑफ देम हियर. या आई डोंट नो इफ दैट आंसर्स योर क्वेश्चन, but this is what I understood you were asking.
Yeah, it does. And obviously, just one more follow-up question. Obviously, increasing the width without increasing the depth just makes it that it becomes weaker because the relative structural depth becomes less, right? And that pretty much makes it a slab more than a beam after a point. So that's why and reducing it just explained. So that's why the 1.5.
It will become like a पर्दी, RCC का पर्दी जैसा बन जाएगा वो, है ना? वैसा हो जाएगा फिर.
So in terms of thinness, the 1.5 is not based on structural depth those calculations, but based on just where do you put the reinforcement and the workability.
Yeah, it is generally an aspect ratio that has come. Depth by width लोगे तो depth by width has to be 1.5 का ratio. You know, जैसे अपना लैपटॉप का स्क्रीन है, वो लैपटॉप का स्क्रीन का भी एक एस्पेक्ट रेशियो है. ये एस्पेक्ट रेशियो इज आल्सो नॉट अ साइंटिफिकली डिराइव्ड थिंग. इट्स अ यूजर फ्रेंडली empirically designed thing. Yeah, it is not, I mean, there is no calculation that justifies that this is the aspect ratio. Similarly, the aspect ratio for that too, it's just the way how workability with reinforcement with coarse aggregates, concrete has to be really pouring properly through the RCC cage वगैरह वगैरह. That's why it is the way it is. ठीक है? But all right, so okay, fine. Any other questions? ठीक है ना? ये L/20 सुन के कोई अपने चेयर में से गिर तो नहीं गया ना? This is only to tell you that RCC with the RCC is not a very constant and a stagnant thing. When you say RCC concrete डाल रहा हूँ, ये पूरा concrete structure है, उसका मतलब ये नहीं है it is the same material that is coming in the building. Okay, the beams, the slabs, everything is using a different grade of concrete. ठीक है, the foundation uses a different grade of concrete. So even though it looks the same, but the strength that it is going to give is going to be very different. Okay, so if you have to argue about this to anybody, to your faculty, you can always say that you can use high performance concrete, you can use M30. Beams में generally M30 use करते हैं, right ना नीरज? M30, M40.
हाँ M30 तक we use.
M30 तक use करते हैं. I was working in a at a real estate company. The project that I was working on was 50-storied building, and वहाँ पर तो foundation में M80 तक गया है. M80. All right, and all the columns and the beams, all the beams, the major beams, all were M40. Yeah, so you can always vary this. This is not a very static thing कि concrete में ऐसे ही this is the depth. All right, so open your minds and be more conscious of the fact that these are things which are not permanent but can be interchangeable. ठीक है, so ये हो गया आपका depth and provided that it is a simply supported beam. All right, so simply supported, I don't know if you guys are writing these things down, please do so. Simply supported beam, and please write IS 456. Okay, so you can always give a reference to whosoever is going to question you कि ये ऐसे किसने बोला लेने के लिए, तो बोल सकता है कि IS 456 में दिया हुआ है सिंपली सपोर्टेड बीम है अगर, तो उसका L/20 लेगा, तो डेप्थ is roughly this much. Now if it is not a simply supported beam, what does that mean? If it's not a simply ये इसमें से किसी को कुछ लेना है? Anybody?
And Rajita, we have since this semester some portion or the whole frame they are doing in steel. So for steel we have told them to take span by 20 or span by 25, just to let you know that.
हाँ, span by 25, right?
Right. 20, 25, yeah.
अच्छा, ये जो what was I going to say? हाँ. So in this case, you have to, so I'm just writing the key points here so that you remember. Concrete is not it's not a static thing, it is a design material. Okay, you can design this. It's not a static material, it is a design material, meaning M20, whatever you can. It is not a static material. It is a design material. Okay, and the other thing is you can design. There's something called mixed design. Mixed design, जिसमें आप according to the strength you can make the concrete that you want. All right, so you can make M80. In many of these tall towers, the foundation is made of M100. Okay, कौन सा है that which is the tallest tower that is getting built in Mumbai that uses in its thing about M150 or something like that. Okay, so ये सब ये all these things are are parameters that are there or are variables that you can use to make interesting designs. So that is that. But coming back to a very simple layout, you can think about putting columns every 5 meters. Okay. अगर ये let's say this is 3 meter, this is 4 meters. Yeah, 4 meters है और ये ऐसे कुछ है building. Something like that. It is always good to have, so let's say ऐसे है कुछ है building. All right, so it is always good to have wherever at the corner you can always put a column. ये 4 meters नहीं है, 5 से कम है बोल के यहाँ पे छोड़ के जाना नहीं है. ठीक है, यहाँ पे कॉलम रखा है, तो at the turn, because there isn't anything here, you can always put a column here. Alrighty, and let's say this is at the junction, you can always put a column. Okay, you can always put a column at the junctions here. Now we put a column layout डाल दिया. We did beam depth. अब क्या करना है? Okay, yeah. Simply supported नहीं, but if it is a continuous beam, yeah. तो continuous beam में let's say यहाँ पे ऐसे देते हैं, okay. These beams are this is a simply supported beam, right? So this is a simply supported beam, this one here. या उसके दोनों end पे column है. This is a simply supported beam. Is this one a simply supported beam? Yes, no? हाँ, is that one a simply supported beam? ऐसे पार्किंग लॉट में आपने देखा होगा ना, ऐसे फ्लैट स्लैब होता है and there are columns here and ऐसे दूसरा columns है. What are these columns and beams called? What are these beams called?
Simply supported beams.
हाँ. You don't know what is simply supported, Shravan?
I'm kind of getting lost here.
Okay, Fleur?
It doesn't have like any support from the other side. Like it's one side is like left blank, so you'd have to put a column in that place because it's on the side.
Yeah, simply supported is a beam that is simply supported. That's what it means, right? There is nothing on either sides. Yeah, it is simply supported. It's called simply supported beam. But if you have a beam that is like this, the one here I'm trying to show here, there's a column here. It's continuous. It's basically one single beam that is connecting all these different columns, right? So this is called a continuous beam. Okay, this is called a continuous beam, and continuous beam can take care of the depth of the beam is very less compared to a simply supported beam, because उसका negative moment take care करने के लिए यहाँ पे आजू बाजू में there is lots of other beams, right? Just like if you have a what to say, if you have a long stick and instead of holding it at one place, you have 2 or 3, 4 places to hold it. Yeah, it is much more stable, isn't it? So that is what the more the support, the better the stability, right? So that is what the continuous beam does. The depth of a continuous beam is also very less because of the extra support it has. For continuous beam, the depth required is L by 26. Okay. If you are designing a beam जिसको ऐसे बॉलरूम या फिर कोई भी कन्वेंशन सेंटर या फॉर अ कमर्शियल बिल्डिंग फॉर दैट मैटर डिजाइन कर रहे हो और आपका बीम कंटिन्यूस बीम है, तो यू कैन टेक L by 26 and that will be the depth of this beam.
I had one question then, because that's the thing that's in my head. So if I have these columns going up beyond the beam, then would it be broken into 4 simply supported beams, or would it still be one continuous beam going through the columns?
Columns going up, matlab?
Like now it's resting on top of the column, right? But if the column, if it's like on the first floor in a 2-story building.
Oh, अच्छा. Okay. हाँ, तो क्या हो गया? तो कुछ नहीं ना, ये this is continuing, meaning like
it's still, but it's still one beam. Like the column is on top of the continuous beam. It's not 4 simply supported beams in that case.
No, nothing like that. It is still one single beam. It's still one single beam. Yeah.
And when we see the span here, we mean the full span, right? Not the intermediate spans, but we mean the full span above or by 25, by 26.
In this case, the span will be here, L. This will be L. So instead of taking L by 20, you are going to take L by 26. So the
What is
depth
that between the two?
L is this one.
Oh, okay, thank you.
All right. And एक और चीज था, if you have a beam that is coming out like this, right? इसका depth कितना होना चाहिए? What should be the depth of this one? इसका depth कितना होना चाहिए? इसका depth usually रखते हैं L by 7. Okay. ये जितना भी we generally don't 1.5 whatever वो balconies होता है इसलिए 1.5 meters इतना देते हैं. But let's say you have a big huge canopy or something like that. You know, whatever is the length divided by 7 is the beam depth for a cantilever beam. Okay.
Ambika, which one Ambika has commented? So that makes it floating column.
No. Floating
No,
column
it is
is
not
not
a.
that one. Floating column is this one here. ऐसे beam है. This is a beam like this. This is the column. Yeah. This is the first floor of ऐसा कुछ this is the beam. Okay. This is the column. This is the column. A floating column is one that comes in the middle. उसके नीचे और कोई column नहीं है to support it. Is the floating column. It's floating basically. There is no support underneath. There is no supporting column underneath this floating column is called a floating beam. जैसे ये column है ना, ये column के नीचे दूसरा column है to support. ये column के लिए दूसरा column है supporting करने के लिए. But इसके लिए there is only this beam to support. Right? So that is called a floating column.
Oh, okay, understood. And how exactly do we structurally support it? Because it doesn't seem like that would be a very
So floating columns are better avoided because what happens is that underneath a floating column you need to give a much wider, deeper beam, and that beam needs to be unless you have something that is completely unavoidable, go ahead and do that. That floating column it cannot itself carry a lot of load. It's not like you can have a floating column or floating column ke aaju baaju mein, then you can have rooms or whatnot. So it's best avoided, but underneath a floating column you have a deep beam. Yeah.
But you can also create a structure where it's the entire thing is a floating column, like all of your ends are basically cantilevered. Would that not be a good idea? Because when I was searching on floating columns, I found basically elevations of buildings where the extreme columns had of the ground floor had been removed. So it basically was sort of cantilevered on all ends.
So that's a different thing. Maybe something like that. And there could be RCC Pardi. You know, you can put RCC Pardi at the end of some for some case. Let's say this is the inside column, yeah, and you have this is a cantilever beam. So this is a cantilever beam. At the end of the cantilever beam, you sort of have like a RCC Pardi. Is that what you're saying? You have to really analyze to see what it is. This is the column, this is the cantilever beam, and this is the RCC Pardi. Sorry, I'm just. Yeah, so ye pura, there is like a RCC Pardi here. It is to create a visual. It is to create like a floating, sort of like a visual thing. This is the column.
Okay, so you have the rigid look, but not the same sort of weight that it's putting on the structure at the end.
Yeah. See, all that we are discussing doesn't mean that this is the rule. All right. You can see now. Now we will, in a short while, we will begin to discuss about what you need to do for your coming presentations, and you will see that Shirish Patel, you know, Shirish Patel is one of the engineers and structural engineers, and Shirish Patel and Associates has designed this building, this entire building. I think it's in Pune, Pune या फिर if I'm not wrong, it's in Pune. Pune में ऐसा एक building है. हाँ, this is must be like a 7-8 story building. ऐसा पूरा building है, and the building is basically supported like that. Like this, yeah, this is the ground. This is a ground, and this is an office building. It's a very decent size office building of whatever 7-8 floors, 7, 8, 9, 10 floors or something. The entire, now you would think that अरे पूरा building एक column में कैसे खड़ा है, blah blah blah. But you have to understand all this is not so simple. It looks like as if एक single column में खड़ा है because that is the intention of the show off. The show off का intention है when somebody looks at this building, they should feel that this is a building that is supported singly on one column. But what you will see is this entire thing is a huge RCC shear wall. Yeah, and what you will have here is what is that thing called? Pre-stressed precast beam which is tied to this, and यहाँ पे सारे के सारे these things are pre-stressed and it is tied by cables and whatnot, right? So you have to go to that extent to give this sort of like a, you know, like a unbelievable sort of like a look. So if you want to study about floating columns, then why don't you just go and you know, look up this one. It almost feels like पूरे periphery में जो भी columns है, those columns are floating. But that's only the first part. You need to peel the layers and analyze and figure out what exactly that is. Yeah.
So, you know, this could be, I think, similar to what you read about Japanese skyscrapers because it's they suffer a lot of earthquakes. They have this Shinbachira system where they put a large core column, and then everything sort of is suspended or cantilevered from it.
Yeah.
It's weird. Cool, I checked out. Thank you.
Yeah. It is, and there is a building like this in the US also. It's a huge building. It's beside some kind of like a convention center, and the building looks exactly, you know, I can't draw very well, but it is like that. और उसके ऊपर ये पूरा it's just ऐसा है. The building is just like that. और उसके नीचे से this is the place where there is a transportation hub, so people just come out from the metro station, they come at this level and go to their thing, but this thing sort of like a big giant tree sort of like a thing just floats in there, but the it seems like that, but it is not so simple that way. Okay, so all these thumb rules and all these span by D अगर आप देखेंगे तो ये सारी चीजें, you know, are just mere guidelines for you to begin to understand. Each and every building needs to be mathematically calculated, has to go through this rigorous calculation and vetting of calculation and blah blah blah. For all these skyscrapers, one person, you hire a structural engineer who does the calculation, then you hire a second structural consultant who will check the calculations. All right, that is also there. So all these things happen because you want to be 100% sure, correct? ओके हमने क्या क्या अभी डिस्कस किया, हमने कॉलम प्लेसमेंट डिस्कस किया है जिसमें हमने बोला कि एवरी वेरेवर यू हैव अ वॉल एंड द वॉल इज मेकिंग टर्न्स, इट्स बेटर टू keep a column there. That doesn't mean that you can't have a column free corner. All right, if you want, अगर आपको ये पूरा column free corner चाहिए और आपको you want to have a nice sort of like a free view to look at the corner or whatever, you have to make sure that you have columns here and you eliminate this column here. Okay, you will see that there are these columns and then you can put the third column here. So all these columns you can just simply negate if that's the way how it is. Yeah, and then it is not necessary. These are simple guidelines. और क्या बताना था? So you have to put a column every 5 meters. Otherwise, what will happen is that you will end up with a very huge slab beam depth. It is not necessary. In RCC, you can take a beam as long as 7-8 meters. Okay. If it's a high performance concrete or something like that, you can even go beyond 12 meters also. But then you have to say that, okay, you are designing a major convention center and something like that. Then only you are using a beam जिसका span is 12 meters, 15 meters, blah blah blah. But छोटे पोटे घर के लिए ऐसा नहीं बोल सकते कि ये पूरा ये कर सकते हो. Okay, in small ये सब के लिए the column का dimension is going to be near 230 by 230. All right, इतना बड़ा कुछ 450 by 600 ये कुछ जरूरत नहीं है. As much as possible have a square column, but you want to make sure that you hide it, maintain the aspect ratio. Doesn't mean कि इतना slender कर दो. Okay, this is not allowed. The wind blows from here, it can cause all kinds of trouble, right? So you have to maintain some kind of an aspect ratio. ठीक है? So beam, अच्छा हाँ, beam कहाँ पे रखना है? ठीक है, beam यहाँ पे रखेंगे. Beam is basically connecting both columns. Right, so beam is what is beam? Beam is just connecting all columns. जहाँ पहले columns लगा दो, column के बाद you just have to simply connect them. Yeah, so that is your that is the beam and column layout. You understood? We don't have as much time. हो गया ना? सबको समझ में आ रहा है?
Rachita, I had a doubt.
बोलो.
Yeah, can we remove that column, like the corner one, the one which is very close to the one you've written 4 meter, the L shape that is being formed?
ये वाला?
The below one, yeah, the one below it.
ये वाला? हाँ, you can remove that. Yeah, you don't need that. No, यहाँ पे नहीं है, column नहीं है. ये column नहीं, ये भी column नहीं. This is just to mark the line.
Okay, so we can remove this column and a beam can run across the upper below.
Yeah.
Okay, so for example,
हाँ, जैसे कि अभी ये है ना, एक मिनट. हाँ, तो इसमें कहाँ पे हम कॉलम रखेंगे? यहाँ पे रखेंगे. ठीक है. लेट्स अज्यूम आपको ये कॉलम ये कॉर्नर फ्री करके चाहिए क्योंकि आपको वहां पे बड़ा अच्छा बालकनी देना. यहाँ पे रखेंगे. सो उसके नीचे एक रखना पड़ेगा. ये पूरा चीज आपका कैंटिलीवर हो सकता है. You have a beam here, then you will have a beam here. इसको कनेक्ट करते हुए, ये दो कॉलम को कनेक्ट करते हुए आपका एक यहाँ पे बीम आएगा. ठीक है. फिर यहाँ पे आपको एक देना पड़ेगा. यहाँ पे तो देना ही पड़ेगा. और ये वाला, this will become your beam.
Yeah, so while this beam is running, if I want to give a gutter in the column that we removed now, along the shorter span, I don't know if I'm making,
ये वाला column, हाँ.
Not this one, the previous one that you removed, the L-shaped one. Yeah, and then you want to create a gutter along it, the shorter span. So how will that be treated when the beam is running?
Gutter मतलब?
The roof may you create a step down for a gutter, no? I can send a picture. Maybe I'll just sketch it out and ask it.
Neeraj can say. This is a gutter for the rainwaters.
Yeah.
Do you have a sloping roof or? हाँ अच्छा.
अगर sloping roof कुछ होगा तो स्लोप देना पड़ेगा. अगर आरसीसी का फ्लैट रूफ है तो you just give a वो waterproofing करते हैं. Waterproofing में you just give a sort of like a slope and you just leave the pipes. और क्या करते हैं नीरज?
Exposed surface से pipes on the terrace level you give slope, minute slope, and divert the water to one corner, and from there you take it out.
डाउन टेक पाइप रहता है और वहीं
Down
से
take pipes.
मतलब इधर से हल्के से you give slope, right? And this way it will give slope. Then all that water is collected. यहाँ पे आपका parapet होगा, parapet में आपने छेद कर दिया, यहाँ से you collect and you divert that into near the column, और column के side से you have like this huge precast pipe या whatever pipe, down take pipe.
Okay. Yeah.
ठीक है.
Thank you.
अच्छा तो अच्छा एक और चीज आप लोगों को बतानी थी कि लेट्स से इफ यू हैव डज एवरीबॉडी नो व्हाट अ सिंगल व्हाट इज अ टू वे एंड अ वन वे स्लैब
Beams on both ends versus beams on all four ends.
Not exactly.
Reinforcement in one direction and reinforcement in two directions.
But how do you decide that this has to be a one way or a two way slab?
Ratio of the sides, I guess.
Yeah, ratio of the sides. Let's say this is 3 meters and this is 4 meters. So this slab has to be a one way or a two way slab. Okay, so if let's say this is L by X and this is L by Y, so the ratio of L by X by L by Y, it is if it is Lx by Ly, if it is less than or equal to 2, then it is called a two-way slab. Two-way slab. Okay. If it is not the case, then it's called a one-way slab. It has nothing to do with the way the reinforcements are allied. It is to do with the way the slab is deflecting. The slab is deflecting in a certain way. That's why you are aligning the reinforcement. ठीक है. अगर आपने आपके पास स्मॉल एक हैंडकरचीफ है और वो हैंडकरचीफ को आपने चलो गीला कर दिया, ठीक है, गीला करके you have held it on 4 sides. Okay. If you have held it on 4 sides, just imagine the way it is going to deflect, right? It is going to deflect like this, right? Yeah. मतलब it is like a proper like a ऐसे deflect होगा ना, something like this, right? You will not be able to figure out which side it is deflecting more. But now let's say ये Ly है, ये Ly को आपने बहुत ज्यादा लंबा कर दिया. Let's say आपने अभी दुपट्टा लिया, okay? You've taken a dupatta and now you have wet the dupatta and now you are hanging it or just holding it on 4 sides. How is it going to look? It's going to look something like this, ना? ऐसे दिखेगा. Yes, no?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. So इसमें क्या हो रहा है, यहाँ पे L और Lx और Ly both direction में actually deflection है, right? यहाँ पे both the direction में there is deflection. ऐसे भी deflect हो रहा है और ऐसे भी deflect हो रहा है. But यहाँ पे अगर देखोगे ये direction में ज़्यादा deflection नहीं है, सबसे ज़्यादा deflection यहाँ पे है कि नहीं? So this is called a one-way slab because it is deflecting only in one direction. यहाँ पे it is called two-way slab because it is deflecting in both the direction. Now it is deflecting meaning it is weaker, meaning it is getting more tension in that direction, which means you need to provide the reinforcement only during tension, right? So in this case you are going to provide the reinforcement only in this direction. यहाँ पे तो जरूरत नहीं है. So the main rebars are going to come in this direction. Because it is deflecting in both the direction here, the main rebars both the direction में आएंगे. ठीक है कि ये कुछ समझ में नहीं आया? Okay, so this is what a one-way, two-way slab is. All right.
Rajit,
हाँ बोलो.
can you just repeat that Lx by Ly is less than 2, then it's a two-way slab.
It's a two-way slab. The idea is that when you have a squarish kind of like a slab, then it is going to deflect in both the direction. लेकिन वो एक ही direction में बहुत ज़्यादा लंबा है, तो वो एक only one direction में deflect हो रहा है, जबकि वो longer direction में deflect नहीं हो रहा है. ओके, तो द आइडिया इज कि अगर आपका स्लैब का डिमेंशन एग्जैक्टली स्क्वायर नहीं बट थोड़ा स्क्वायर जैसा है, अगर लेस देन और इक्वल टू 2, तो देन दैट इज अ टू वे स्लैब. तो टू वे स्लैब में आपको दोनों डायरेक्शन में एक्चुअली मेन रीबार्स देना होता है, लेकिन ये वन वे स्लैब में ओनली इन वन डायरेक्शन आपको मेन स्लैब देना है, दूसरे में खाली आपको वो माइल्ड स्टील देना है. ठीक है, ये सबको बाउंसर गया ऐसा लग रहा है मुझे. समझ में आया कि नहीं आया, बोलो.
समझा या
समझा ना?
Actually, the way you explained it was simpler with the cloth.
हाँ, it is visualize करोगे तो आपको अच्छी तरह से समझ में आएगा. आप ऐसा लंबा सा एक कपड़ा लो, slender सा कपड़ा, and then you wet it and you hold it on 4 sides, and you will see that it is only deflecting in one. ठीक है?
So how it's supported, right? The support just comes from the deflection, just it's basically a deflection, right? Not the support. Sorry.
Yeah. And the fact that it can have beams on all 4 directions, that I don't think that is of any consideration, because slab के अगर आप देखो one way है या two way जो भी है, उसके चारों direction में beam तो होने ही वाला है. अगर वो continuous है या जो भी है, beam तो slab के चारों direction में होने वाला है, unless and until it's a cantilever balcony कुछ है तो चलो end में एक side पे नहीं हुआ ऐसा, बट बीम्स ऑल 4 साइड्स पे रहने वाले हैं. ठीक है, अच्छा. और क्या बताना था बिफोर वी गो? ओके, वन मोर थिंग इज आई वांटेड टू से, व्हेन यू लुक एट अ स्लैब, या लेट्स से यू आर हियर, ओके, ये स्लैब है. ये स्लैब में आपको कैसे पता चलेगा कौन से कॉलम में कितना वेट जा रहा है? ये ऐसे मैंने 4 कॉलम्स बना दिए इधर. ओके, ये 4 कॉलम्स है, ये इधर है, इधर है और इधर है. इफ यू हैव दिस कॉलम, दीज कॉलम्स, तो इसमें कैसे पता चलेगा कि ये पूरा स्लैब का वेट कौन ले रहा है? See, and it is to do with directly how the beams are also going to be designed, right? ये beam है, ये दूसरा beam है, this is another beam and this is another beam. Okay, so कैसे होता है ना, यहाँ पे आपको 45 डिग्री से एक एंगल बनाना है. ठीक है, और इधर से दूसरे 45 डिग्री से एक एंगल बनाना है. ओके, ऐसे बनाया, इधर से भी एक 45 डिग्री से एंगल बनाना है, इधर से भी एक 45 डिग्री से एंगल. ऑलराइट, एंड this is what it is. Now this is the way you can figure out who takes how much load, or which beam takes how much load. This area, whatever this is taken by this beam. This triangular portion is taken by this beam. This one is taken by this guy, and this one is taken by this guy. Okay, so for designing each and every beam, you just simply, you don't need to like, acha yahan pe ye hai, this is, how do you begin to understand how much load each of these beams are taking, right? इसका कोई एक लोड है. लोड हम कैसे शुरू करते हैं? लोड कैलकुलेशन के लिए हम ऐसे रफली शुरू करते हैं कि चलो, दिस इज अ रेस्टोरेंट, देन एट अ टाइम देयर कुड बी लाइक 50 पीपल इन दिस रूम. सो 50 पीपल, दिस इज द लाइव लोड, राइट? सो लाइव लोड कैलकुलेट करते हैं, उसके बाद में हम डेड लोड कैलकुलेट करते हैं, राइट? और if this is at an earthquake area, then we put earthquake load, then we do all those kinds. So एक एक करके all these loads are getting added to it, right? Live load डाल दिया, उसके बाद में dead load डाल दिया, उसके बाद में all these loads we calculate. अगर terrace है तो terrace के ऊपर अगर snow है, if it's a region that gets snow, then we put that particular additional load. If it's an industry, then some industrial criteria, machines, वगैरह वगैरह, so that particular load. Okay, you do this entire calculation and then you come up with some number. Okay, you come up with, I don't know, like 55, 550, whatever, blah 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 kilonewton per meter square. This is the total load that is acting on this slab. अब ये स्लैब में से ये स्लैब 550 डिवाइडेड बाय 4 करोगे एंड देन यू डिजाइन दिस बीम, ऐसा नहीं होता है. यू हैव टू डू दिस सॉर्ट ऑफ लाइक कैलकुलेशन टू फिगर आउट एक बीम में कितना लोड आता है और उसको कैसे डिजाइन करना है. ऑलराइट, सो दैट इज वन थिंग दैट आई वांटेड टू शो. Abhi, Neeraj, can we now discuss about the presentations, or is there anything you want to add here, or
No, we can.
anything,
I guess,
anything that
guys,
is
if
in
you have any question.
contrast with the IDS, anything that is in contrast with AD IDS or something?
Only this span thing here you made it more clearer, like how to go for all the structural elements for RCC. So, guys, if you find anything which is not in line with what you have been told in IDS by me or anyone else, we can discuss and clear it out so that.
Next class, if possible, if we're doing more of steel spans, could you also discuss things like castellated cellular beams, Ridendale girders, because they're for larger spans. For example, my project in IDS, I wanted these like long bays that are 16 meters, and I thought the best way to do it was by taking these open web joists. Then the span changes to span by 24, and the thumb rules completely changed, so I had to look for them again. Things like that. And then the problem was that I'm suspending a lot of my structures. So my columns are not stopping at 3 meters and then another column. So my slenderness ratio for the columns were affected because they were going up to maybe like 12 meters. So I had to take like an ISMB 500 instead of maybe what mathematically with the thumb rule would tell me to take a 300. So maybe things like that would.
Okay. So what we have planned for next next thing is that we will have a क्या करना था नीरज? We had
Next, we are planning to have a test.
हाँ.
Before it's 2nd of March, I guess, right?
Yeah.
The next
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
2nd of March. Yeah.
2nd of March. Acha, before that, very quickly, I wanted to. Can you see my screen? You can still see my screen. Google दिख रहा है ना?
The whiteboard. No, it's whiteboard.
Oh, अच्छा. So wait a second. अच्छा. So
yeah. Sorry.
I was just saying that on like the 1st of March, which is Monday, is the IDS final. So, and on Tuesday also we have an ally jury. Like in the morning on the 2nd. So it would be quite difficult to like juggle 3 things.
Okay. Okay. Acha. Let's. We just wanted to finish up that internal assignment for this. We wanted to do only the last deflected shapes का हमने किया था. Last week जो भी numericals किया था, that is the only thing that we wanted to take, because columns में तो I think you've already finished your column का design, मतलब वो जो whatever experiment we had to do.
Exercise.
हाँ, exercise तो कर लिया. So we have we have enough to grade on that front. We just wanted to finish up this, so then you can purely do this one. अरे वाह, किसने भेजा है ये वाला exactly?
Ambika. That's a Madras build. Building is in Madras, I guess.
Madras है, okay, not in Pune. This is the ECC, yeah. You know L&T ECC, right?
No.
Yeah, exactly. So this is the building. Now you can very nicely, thanks so much for sharing this one. Okay, yeah, exactly this building. Sirish Patel is the structural designer of this one, and you know he had done that. Acha, what I wanted to now do is that for the coming semester, मतलब अभी आपका next week क्या करना है सोचते हैं, उसके बाद में you have your electives वगैरह वगैरह. Electives से आने के बाद we wanted to do this presentation, and I think we have discussed about it very briefly. What do we do every year is that we take a bunch of architects and structural engineers. So engineers and architects who are basically not just broken the barrier of design and aesthetics and structure and everything, but they look at this as something that is very uniform and something that really starts from the very beginning. All right, so we have selected a bunch of these people. We intend to divide you guys in what to say in groups of 4, and you can pick and choose one person, and you have to do a presentation of that. You have to study the works of that guy and make a presentation to all of us. You can make a small model and small model बना के फिर उसको आप दिखा भी सकते हैं. ठीक है. मुझे एक चीज आपको बताना था from okay, so the kind of people we have, so I just wanted to show you some of the works of these people. Now you can see my screen.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay, so Felix Candela. Yeah. So this is the kind of stuff he made. All right. Now, what you can do is that you can really go into the depth of how he designs. By the way, this guy's got, he did his engineering, then he did his architecture, and he decided he wanted to become a contractor or something. He went to the jail, and they have compulsory military service and everything. So he sort of like broke the barriers of what aesthetics and everything is. Now all this works is in the 1960s. Okay, अभी आप समझो कि तभी तो कोई 3D प्रिंटिंग भी था नहीं. हाँ, ऐसे लेबरर्स को लेके he was doing all this work. So you can figure out उसने ये सब scaffolding कैसे किया है, उसने ये सब लेबरर से कैसे काम करवाया. If you look at this one, simple, very simple and elegant work. Yeah, ये this is just a simple arch. इसमें और कुछ भी नहीं है. ठीक है. All these are called hyperbolic paraboloid. Okay, and we still are getting mesmerized by his work and you know, making inspired works and stuff like that by inspired by Felix Candela. Okay, this is also this mushroom columns. Okay, this is mushroom column. This is his very famous restaurant in Spain or Mexico City, I think somewhere. ठीक है. तो so there is this him. ऐसे 15-20 और लोग हैं. The rest, one of my very favorites I wanted to show was Eladio. Okay, this is his work. And इसका अपने पास library में book है. The same book we have, Eladio. Now, if you see this church, this is in Uruguay, I guess, and he is called the architect of poor. ये जो you see this wall, this brick wall, ये brick wall, if you look at it from the top, it's sort of like it's like a sinusoidal curve, but if you look at it, you look at the construction, it is like a straight line. समझ में आए? It's like a very thin, these are bricks. All right, यहाँ पे देखोगे ये पूरा सीधा लाइन है. दिखाई दिया? ये पूरा सीधा लाइन है, whereas this sort of like goes in and then out and in and out. Okay, this is his work. So the hope is that you study these guys, you study them very well, you study their works nicely. ये देखो, this is called a butterfly arch. This is for a petrol pump. All right, who makes petrol pump so nicely? This is a petrol pump, and so this is his works. The idea is that you study them so nicely so that you get inspired. Not just look at the things and the pretty pictures, but go behind these pretty pictures and figure out what is the structural arrangement, what are the different kinds of things. This is Robert Maillard. Robert Maillard is again, he's a civil engineer. Okay, all these people were civil engineers, and who made all these very fascinating structures. Robert Maillard, ये वाला book भी अपने पास library में है. Robert Maillard is the one who actually named mushroom columns and three hinged arches. All right. These elegant arches, and just imagine how he would have, all this is works in the 1960s, how he would have made this. अभी भी हमारे यहाँ पे flyover बनता है, ऐसे लगता है जैसे कि Egyptians बना रहे, इतना मोटा मोटा, and all these things, right? So और किसका बताऊं? So do you understand what we intend to do here? कोई question है?
It's not just about ki kya structure hai and wow and all. Of course, definitely they are fascinating, but also in which period they built it, which material, what span, all those. Try to observe and present on those structural, data. It's not just about ki itna span mein itna bada kya and it's amazing. Nahi. We need you to study all the data regarding it. You might find some articles over it. You might find some case studies which are done with them. About the structures, so try to look for them and get the technical data, and then you will be able to know why they are one of a kind structures. So yeah.
So you can not just the architects, but you have all these other Shirish Patel and such architects also. Iska zyada, I don't have too many things to show in them, but yeah, he's the Shirish Patel person. And then Anton. Okay, so you can read about how they actually arrived, and this is the time when there were no IS codes. Okay, अभी अपने पास IS codes हैं. We can always refer to the IS code and figure out क्या thickness होना चाहिए for all these things. Okay, these were the people when IS codes were not involved. ये सब वो एक जमाने में, and they made those experiments and they made those thumb rules and figured out इसका कितना क्या होना चाहिए वगैरह वगैरह. So it's a very interesting exercise to sort of design, and also if something really inspires you, make a small model, right? So that is that. How do we give them the
list?
कैसे देंगे?
Acha, what should we? I guess Rajata, what should we do is we ourselves should assign them one this architects or engineer by group of 4, so that
okay
they can take it. Otherwise, it would be very difficult. They can give us groups.
Okay.
CR.
CR, could you just give us write your groups and put it in the list of the folder?
Make one Excel and share it.
हाँ, उसके सामने हम लिख देंगे, फिर चलेगा ना?
Yeah, we can just write the names. Sahil or someone who is this here.
Yeah.
So we only make the group like ourselves and then share it
group
with
of you. Yes. Yeah, group of 4, and then we'll give you the architects or engineer for which. Acha, again, now you 4 people are going to work over one person. You are going to study about one person. So of course, each of you all will be expected to study maybe about the person himself, definitely. And again, it's not just ki he was born here, he was doing this, and wo to hai, like okay, that's very basic. But try to study their language, ki what kind of structures or what kind of material they explored and challenged. That kind of detail. So of course, we are also expecting ki 2-3 examples which should be studied in brief, studied properly, so that each one from four of you can talk about the presentation basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So we intend to do this once you come back from your elective वाला session. ठीक है, उसके बाद में what we need is we need a very good research of one or two projects, at least two projects of theirs, which you have really studied properly, and understood the science and the structure behind them, and something that inspires you. Have you tried to make it in the past? Somebody had taken Robert Maillard and they actually made a very simple 3-hinged arch. एक आर्च लिया और उसको 3-inch आर्च बनाया. उसका मतलब क्या था उनको नहीं समझ में आया, so they made a model that was called a 3-hinged arch. Okay, so it could be anything. It could be like a principle that they used. Not necessarily. See, some people their projects are very very large, like Fazlur Khan or somebody. उनका तो tall buildings, I don't know. You can just make a model of a tall building and कार्ड का फाइल कार्ड से बना दिया और दिखा दिया, ऐसा नहीं चाहिए. ओके, we don't want architectural model. We want a model that is functioning and explains the principle behind one of the key things. Okay, कुछ लोगों ने क्या किया था वो इलादियो वाले में, they actually try to make a very small wall जो आगे भी जाता है पीछे भी जाता है, like on x and y axis में it is curving like a double curvature wall. So it could be something like that. So don't just make a like a architectural model ऐसा बड़ा building बना दिया and this is what it is. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. So somebody make a group, put it in an Excel sheet, post it, and we will just assign you your this thing. ठीक है. I would have really liked to finish the why not have a open book exam, है ना नीरज? वैसे भी open book तो कर ही सकते हैं ये लोग घर पे बैठ के.
Yeah.
Why not have a open book exam for next time, a 10-mark thing, and just finish it off. आपने examples और वो सब तो किया ना last time, and we are only doing the indeterminate beams वाला. फिक्स्ड एंड मोमेंट्स जो हमने किया था एग्जांपल्स, वो वाले वही करेंगे. मे बी 1 or 2 like
basically
2
see
examples.
your syllabus and all is almost complete as of now, because some theory lectures we took it in the last semester, so you're almost done with it. We are just left with this one of the test or something to mark you, to give you I mean to give you internal marks, and this presentation, and in which we are going to do and share with each other.
Yeah. So they can have a open book exam and you know वैसे भी open book ही होगा.
Raised okay.
Yeah, बोलो.
Whereas it's because we know it, you really want to do it next week, but we have ideas final and allied ka jury, and everyone is already a little worried ki we have 2 of them simultaneously, like on first and on second. So that's why everyone wanted if it could get shifted.
Yeah, I think it would be better if, plus we'll actually be able to study and then do it properly if after the electives, because we'll have the electives to revise on our theory lectures.
Yeah, even we wouldn't be able to revise everything properly, and if we have questions, we wouldn't be able to ask you and everything because we will already be busy in all
But
of this.
Tanvi, if you have like a open book exam, will not that really help? आपने notes वगैरह तो लिया ही होगा ना?
Yeah.
Notes वगैरह तो लिया होगा ना? फिर तो see, it's only a matter of 10 marks, and we just want to I'm not saying that I want to push you to do it or anything, but will that be such a
I mean, the thing is that we already have 2 very hectic things consecutively on Monday and Tuesday, so it's just a request if we could push it 1 week later.
Okay, 1 week
Maybe
later.
if we have a maybe if we have a different
yeah, bolo.
If you cannot take the elective take it during the elective week, maybe we could send us a written submission, like a homework assignment. Because it's an open book test anyway, it makes sense to have like a proper written submission anyway, right?
Okay.
Like a
चलो
homework assignment due during the electives, and then by the time the electives are over, we'll all have it submitted already. So
क्या करें नीरज?
See, I mean, in that thing, you know what happens is when we are checking, almost 20 of them have same word-to-word answers and all. Like even so, like I mean, so it would be better if during but.
ठीक है, क्या करते हैं? चलो ठीक है.
चलो, we'll see.
We'll see that next week. तो फिर उसके बाद में रखेंगे. फिर will become such a big gap ना, तो इसके लिए.
Yeah.
Okay. Fleur, do you want to say something?
Yeah, I want to ask that is this analysis of the architect for the week after electives, or like is it for that week?
It
The
would
final.
be for I guess, see, in March, your first 2 weeks, I mean the 9th, the next Tuesday is coming on 2nd, and after that it is coming on 9th. So 9th would be, you will all be busy in elective and KR MLS and all. So we are planning to have it on.
Sorry.
Yeah, we are planning to have it on 16th, the first day of presentation.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
So what we will do is that whenever we are going to assign the engineers, we'll also randomly pick who is going to present when. So जैसे 16th है, 23rd है, फिर 30th है, right? And maybe 6th.
Yeah.
So 4 weeks, we'll just randomly put it. So you can.
And anyway, you what you do, Sai, you can send the list in a day or two immediately, so that we can immediately assign the names, and you all can start working over it.
Yeah. ठीक है? Okay. All right then. ठीक है.